All right, everybody. 14 tiers down. Just one more to go in this limited series featuring Chevy Camaro Z28 Racing from the production year 1968. A beautiful car. To skip, apparently they're asking for 75 gold. Let's not do that. So, final tier. So, because it's a motorsport dollar car, of course, we have 250,000 motorsport dollar daily cap. So earnings wise, I topped it off a couple of times. I think I did it in tier 7, and the other one was tier 13. So took me more or less 3 days spent to get through here, but that's fine. No rush. We got 7 days to complete it, so still plenty of time. But anyway, here we are. Just one final tier to wrap up the series. So we'll start with let's start with elimination because that's most likely the one. So I don't have instant service anymore, and I am down to just the sliver of a service bar, maybe one service bar left. So yeah, elimination head to head and cup. I think even in critical condition, I can still pull it off. Elimination, I don't think Silverstone would be an issue with that, but you never know because you know if they start taking off at the beginning, and considering this is an older car, it takes a while, right? The acceleration is of the 1960s technology, so it takes a while to get going. So the main issue is reaching this first corner within first 20 seconds, and that's important because that's when the bots slow down, where we get the window to make our move to cut through the traffic and get ahead. And then once you're in the lead, maintaining the lead is much more comfortable position to be than trying to chase down, your lead, your opponents, with the 20-second timer constantly ticking. Because, well, let's say the hangar straight that we were just on, right? 20 seconds in this car, if we are behind, we're in the last place, that would be an issue, So this way, with the car not in critical condition yet, at least to get started on this, in this series, we're, in a better place overall. Alright, so one more elimination, down to just 2 opponents remain, so 40 seconds or 36, 35, 34 or so. Can't see the clock now, can we? There we go. And just 20 seconds left. I could just park and block the traffic so I don't have to run any longer than I absolutely have to, but that's okay. There we go. As I said, the other 2 events head to head should be pretty straightforward, even with the car in critical condition, and even the cup usually, oddly enough, as long as you meet the PR requirement, generally we have the best chance of winning even when the car is in critical condition, as long as we're not messing around too much. Ooh, that is critical though. All right. So that is gold trophy, number 43? Let's head on over to, actually, let's check the Skipping cost down to 65. All right. Let's do head-to-head next. And it's going to be at the new Lime Rock Park West Circuit. Bright morning. That's nice. Unlike those European mornings, right? Where it's very dark. Ah, what a beautiful ride. Gotta love 60s Camaros. The American muscle. Yes. I feel like they used to have much more stylish cars back then. There we go. Alright, and for those of you guys who has run through the special event featuring Pagani, Huayra R, probably have spent some quality time here on this circuit. I forgot about that chicane on the outside. Yeah, I forget which layout is which at this point. But yeah, that's a tricky special event. Mainly the last stage. I mean, up through first 4 stages, pretty straightforward, but the final stage gets a little tricky. So, yeah, probably after this one, I'll probably start posting the playthrough of that series. So stay tuned for that. But for now solidly in red, but we should be able to still complete the final cup at Spa. Skipping cost down to 60. Okay, just 5 less. Fair enough. PR requirement 38.1. They don't care whether your car's in critical condition. And once again, just to recap, 3 upgrades across the board. And remember, it's Motorsport dollar car. So that means Motorsport dollars and gold, right? So meeting PR requirement will cost you 146 gold and 889,310 Motorsport dollars. So, I mean, and currently, at least in my game, I don't have this car available for sale. Like, even if I wanted to buy it, I couldn't buy it. It's locked. So, yeah, the normal cost of the car is like 1.1 million, 1.15 million to be exact. But, if the car's locked, you cannot buy it. So, this is the best case scenario, right? You get the car with a decent number of upgrades on, and win some racing dollars. Not racing dollars, Motorsport dollars along the way. Anyway, one of the more picturesque venues here in the game, Spa, of course, and they've added some different time of the day rendering. So this is nice sunset as a backdrop. I think it's sunset, right? I think it's at evening, right? All right. Don't quite have confidence in the grip to go flat out through Eau Rouge. But on the other side, we come out in P5, climbing up Camel Straight. Oh, you can hear the engine struggling. Alright. So this final cup, of course, we got 3 laps at Spa, so this one should pay out reasonably well. Alright, through Lecombe, we're up to P2. Heading into Brussels. Could we come out in the lead? Oh yeah. And then, since this is the last race of the series, we'll just try to wrap up as quickly as possible. No bot training necessary at this point. Alright, can't quite take flat out down here. That's alright. So yeah, this would be the reason to bot train. So you can wrap up these final stages of the game or final tiers of the event without having to service if you can help it. Especially for motorsport dollar cars, because these limited series generally you're gonna tap out the 250,000 daily cap at least once, if not twice. At least in my experience, they've always been a couple of times, so it's usually a 3-day run. And when they give you instant service, like 24 hours, you have it span across the 2 days. So on the first day, you max out 250, and that 24-hour instant service should span across to the next day as well, unless you start the event right at the beginning when in your time zone when the motorsport dollar cap gets reset. Then, well, you would use up the first day with the 250,000 and then just sit there. So don't do that. So in my case, I started a little bit later in the day, so a little bit closer to first day's earning, capped off within first few hours of starting the event. And then once the day gets the daily cap gets reset, I still have plenty of time to take advantage of the instant service offer. Same spot. Anyway, yeah, like a proper racing car, got a decent grip, All right, look at that lead. 1.2 kilometers and building. Now 1.3. Oh, that was a poor line. Just looking at my lead. 1.5 kilometers. Alright, and we are going to start the final lap now. 2 minutes 24 seconds and change was the lap time. Probably the best one for the lap 2. Ooh, that was close. It's gotta be a pretty fast line when you cut it that close. Of course, if you're in the hood view, you can make it much more precise with that cut. Oh, I think I might have gone off track just a little bit. Just trying to see how hard I can push into Eau Rouge. See if we can go flat out. But no, flat out is definitely not an option. Certainly not with a car in the critical condition. There we go. I still wish in the game there was a way of undoing certain upgrades. So you can kind of have some fun with having only the grip upgrades on the car and no speed upgrades. You know, that'll like change the balance of the car, how it handles. Or vice versa, where you have only the like engine and drivetrain body, the speed upgrades only on the other side. Makes the car very unwieldy, possibly. Even more grippier ones. That I think would make the game a lot more interesting and entertaining. Especially if they can introduce some of those into the not only like special event, but to the actual rest of the game, like where you have to achieve certain goals with only the speed upgrades or something. I don't know. I'm taking cues from that drag racing game, the CSR. Anywho, we got a couple of kilometers of lead, so let's throw the car around for a donut. Hey, that was not very impressive. Okay, here we go. One more. There we go. Beautiful. One more time. Could we go past the finish line? Nope. There we go. Alright, 3,800 fame points. That's not bad. And, oh yeah, just under 40,000 motorsport dollars for that race alone. So, yeah, just the final day pays almost like 100,000 motorsport dollars, just under. So, spanning across 3 days, not bad. And now we can throw the car in for service. 3 upgrades across the board, 21 total, for the cost of 146 gold and 889,310 motorsport dollars. All right, so now let's pick up the final rewards, shall we? Which includes the car itself, of course, 2,000 victory points, 8 gold, and 32,000 motorsport dollars. Very nice. So yeah, I missed out on, at least on this account, to win this car back in season 3 of, or season 1, round 3. Yeah, but here we are. Very cool. A lovely ride. So now this car is featured in a single motorsport category season, endurance GT racing, right? 1960s. And we pick up some victory points as well. So 2,000, that's gonna get us to the racing dollar reward tier, and 32,000 motorsport dollars. All right, so it's all very handy. All right, so there we go. Sweet, new ride. And, oh, here. Let's double check. Yeah, it's featured in a single season. But anyway, so there we are. Event done. I guess we cannot go back in. I thought you're supposed to be able to go back in. Oh well. It is what it is. It's done, so I'm not going back though. Alright, so thanks a lot for tagging along for the ride, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.